Yo, what it do, YouTube? It is your boy GSC Dime, and we are back with episode 2 of Colts Talk. Colts Nation, stand up. We in the building. I'd like to thank you guys for coming through. Please like, comment, and subscribe. More videos on the way. We're going to talk about week 2 of the preseason. This is the Colts versus Jerry's World Dallas Cowboys, and we wind up going to Dallas and falling to defeat. The score was 19-24. Our record of the preseason game is currently the preseason is currently 0-2, and the Cowboys are 2-1. We're going to get the scoring summary going. In the first quarter, Dez Bryant caught a 32-yard pass touchdown from Dak Prescott, and we got a fumble recovery for LeVar Edwards. He picked it up and ran it back to the crib for 15 yards, which gave us 7 points. In the second quarter, we both split field goals, Vinatieri for a 33-yard and Bailey for a 25-yard field goal. Third quarter, Vinatieri kicked a 42-yard field goal, the GOAT. And in the third quarter for the Cowboys, Noah Brown caught a touchdown pass from Cooper Rush, the backup quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys, 19 yards. It's a pretty solid play. In the fourth quarter, we wind up going to the fourth. A 3-yard pass from Cooper Rush. He threw it to Lance Lanier, the wide receiver for the Dallas Cowboys. It wind up going up 24-13, and at the end of the game, Freddie Brown caught a touchdown pass from Stephen Morris, and we failed the 2-point conversion, and the score wound up being 19-24. Here's my thoughts on that game. We had a pretty good game, pretty solid. I think this is the game we needed to motivate us, but we did have a chance to win that game, I must say. Going into the half, it was tied up 10-10. We had a high chance of winning that game, but we had a couple of miscues and incomplete passes, so our probability went down going into the third when it went up 17-13, and it just went down from there. Stephen Morris, I'm going to talk about Stephen Morris. This guy is definitely got eyes open. He's the guy I was talking about in the last video, who I think should have the starting position, the starting backup position for Andrew Luck if he goes down, because this dude is really having a great preseason so far. You know, his numbers is pretty solid. He's not throwing any interceptions that I know of. His completion percentage is fairly decent. And yeah, I think this dude, compared to all the other quarterbacks, as in Scott Tolson, I think he's better than both. I believe that he should get the backup position, and I think we'll be in a pretty good shape if he does start the regular season and hold us up until Andrew Luck comes back fully healthy. Going into running back position, Marlon Mack is another running back that had a decent outing for week 2. You didn't really hear about him week 1 because he didn't get to play really, but Marlon Mack is definitely a decent running back for us. He had 5 carries and 45 yards this game. I mean, it wasn't that bad, but this guy, he showed a little potential, I must say. This guy is pretty decent, and yeah, I think he should make the final cut. I don't think he will. We are really heavy on running back. We have a lot of them, including Frank Gore, the veteran that we do have on our team. But Marlon Mack, he had a few little outbreaks in the last game against the Dallas Cowboys, which was pretty decent. But this game right here was a pretty solid game. I'm going to talk about the play Dez Bryant caught on Vontae Davis. The first touchdown of the game, Dak Prescott threw a sideline pass. It was a pretty 30 yards up to Dez Bryant, and Vontae Davis got caught lacking on the comeback route, and he wound up slipping, and Dez Bryant caught it and he scored. He wound up flexing for the gram and everything. You know, Dez Bryant do it, Dez Bryant. My thoughts on that one was pretty upsetting. Vontae Davis is supposed to be the leader of our cornerbacks. You know, I mean, being as though it's the preseason and everything, I mean, you know, you are the star corner going against the star wide receiver in the Cowboys. That comeback route was pretty embarrassing, I must say, but, you know, it might be a little rusty. You know, you got to shake it off and show y'all play that. I'm going to show y'all that play, but, you know, the play was a little skeptical, but it was a good route from Dez. You know, I'm not going to really hype him up. I'm not a big Dez fan. I think he's kind of overrated, but it was a good play by Dez, and, you know, Vontae Davis got caught slipping. But this game, I must say, it was a coming out party for us. We didn't lose like I predicted. I thought we was going to get smoked, but, you know, it is the Cowboys and it is the preseason. But the backup core did a pretty good job, you know. We had a few first downs. Our third down efficiency was horrible, I must say. We was 1 for 12 in third down efficiency. They held the Cowboys defense did a great job. We only had like 50 plays in the whole game. Our total yard percentage wasn't that great. It was only 260. But the Cowboys, on the other hand, our defense was kind of lackey again. I must say we are injury prone, but our defense was pretty solid. But compared to the Cowboys, their defense was better. I mean, we gave the Cowboys 2 turnovers, which was a good thing for us. Nobody threw an interception. Our completion and attempt percentage was fairly decent, 26 to 37. Stephen Morris, like I said once again, had a pretty decent game, but you know we could have did better. We had a defensive touchdown. Woohoo! Shout out to Edwards on that one. The fumble recovery he picked up was, and he took it to the crib. You know, I was pretty hyped. I was like, oh, okay, the defense is lit. We out here, but they like I said once again, you know, our run defense on the opposite side is still a little lackey. The bench, we gotta develop them guys a little bit more, because when them starters come out or somebody get gassed, their number is called. We gotta have them come in and produce. But yeah, well, shout out to the Cowboys. You know, that was a good game. It was pretty solid. I think we had a decent game. Scott Tolson and Stephen Morris did the thug thizzle. Stephen Morris was 11 for 15. Scott Tolson was 10 for 14. But in my opinion, like I said earlier, give Morris that job over Scott Tolson. Scott Tolson had his chance, and he failed us. Walker was 5 for 8. But in other news, Stephen Morris, 2 games straight, had a solid game. You know, it was just the defense lacking on our end, as usual. And the offensive line wasn't that bad. I mean, oh God, Jack Mulhorst. There was a couple snaps where Jack Mulhorst snapped the ball, and it was like about to be a fumble, but we picked it back up. I don't know if he's used to snapping, because you know our star center Ryan Kelly is out, but Jack Mulhorst, we got to get that man some snapping drills, because there was a couple mishaps he did on the snaps that was like, oh my God, if we go into the regular season with this, we are definitely going 5-11. But hey, you know, it's preseason. I got faith in my Colts. I'd like to thank you guys for tuning in. That's all I got for y'all this week. We got more news dropping in the future. I'd like to thank you guys for watching the video. Like, comment, and subscribe. See y'all when I see y'all. Peace.